Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is your tropical update for October 9th. Tropical storm Julia has made its way through Nicaragua and made landfall as a hurricane early this morning, and it is now exiting off of the Pacific side. As I mentioned yesterday, it's speeding up. It's moving a lot quicker than we expected, which will allow it to certainly survive its traverse across the Pacific or across Central America into the Pacific Ocean. And Julia's the only thing to look at on the map today. A little bit more convection today than in previous days, with a lot of convection near the Lesser Antilles along the northern portions of South America, as well as out in the Central Atlantic, but none of those expected to develop. And Julia is the only tropical cyclone on this map. As we can see from the impacts, a slight risk still mainly due to rain over Nicaragua, Honduras, and El Salvador. That's the main threat, as I've been saying this whole time, is Julia's rain is its main concern. It's expected to be a tropical storm still for a few more days and move along that coastline up towards El Salvador and Guatemala. As we can see here, again, the zoomed in version of the satellite image, as we saw at the beginning here. The center of the storm located here pretty obviously, and here is the coast. It'll exit out into the Pacific here within a few hours. It's expected to come out later tonight. It'll still be a tropical storm near El Salvador tomorrow morning, and by tomorrow evening, likely a tropical depression off the coast of Guatemala, where a tropical storm watch is in effect. Tropical storm warning in effect for the Pacific coast of Nicaragua, Honduras, and El Salvador. Low chance of redevelopment, according to the Hurricane Center, as it's likely to transition all the way through into the next basin and not develop any further after that point. Still remains with winds of 60 miles an hour, though, so a significant tropical cyclone nonetheless. And as I mentioned, flooding is the main concern. Isolated to 15 inches in Nicaragua, isolated to a foot in southern Guatemala and Costa Rica. As we can see here are the potential areas with tropical storm force winds. Not hugely widespread, but still worth noting those areas. Most models tend to keep the storm relatively weak, although some, is worth noting, maintain its strength or decrease it a little bit and then regain its strength and loop it up into northern Mexico later on. I didn't really show any of those models because I'm going to be taking a week-long break next week, and the Atlantic is quiet for this upcoming week. So basically, I'm going on a 2-week break here soon, and there's nothing in the Atlantic to talk about, as you can see here. This is the next week. Tropical low pressure systems in the Atlantic. We have nothing on the European ensemble. Julia exits. That's about it. The off chance something in the Gulf of Mexico, not insanely likely. Same deal with the GFS. Absolutely quiet in the tropical Atlantic. Those things going on in the northern Atlantic. The GFS shows all low pressures, not just tropical low pressures. So that's those systems there. Obviously nothing organized, even if there were something. So we'll continue to see what Julia does or does not do, or its remnant convection in the Pacific. But as far as I'm concerned, that's it for the next couple weeks from me. So hurricane season's not over. We still have till the end of November. So we still have a long way to go, but that's it. So I'll see you guys hopefully in a couple weeks. No news is good news. That's all for now. Chris Dixon of Weather Catholic Media.